We are students from NC.
Welcome to our school and welcome sa mga questions na inyong ibabatid para sa akin. So, by the way, I'm Sir Rodel Agustin, currently teaching physical education dito sa CBC-IPC.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Today po, we are with Ma'am Lira Santos, instructor at Northeastern College.
Hello, nice to meet you. I am John Ray Sagid Pinto, LPT from Cagaset High School.
Hello, I am Mr. Fernandez Young, a science teacher currently teaching here at the University of Las Vegas.
So thank you so much for choosing me as your participant for this interview in your subject, the contemporary world. So hello, I'm Mrs. Jovelini Cortez. I'm currently teaching here in Ranyag High School, Teacher 3, Senior High School Department.
Somehow producing quality students based on the achievements of the students, not only locally but also nationally and internationally, just like the SIT, somewhat similar to that. Okay? They are producing innovation when it comes to technology. They produce some machineries, equipments that could be applied in our daily use. And at the same time, I could also say that there is a portion, or maybe 50% of Filipino students are not so good, because as what we have observed in the PISA examination, based from the PISA examination, we are the lowest rank among all the countries in the world. So that only a manifestation then that really we are not, the students are not yet pro enough. Kasi meron din dati yung post with regards to spelling lang. Ayan, yung spelling lang, they are grade 12 students and yet they do not know how to spell a particular word, something like that. So with that, masasabi natin na while there are quality produced students, there are also students na napag-iwanan pa. Okay, and maybe that is the reason of pandemic. Kasi nga, nagkaroon ng sharp decline, o kaya naman the students have been mentally retarded, napagod sila, or wala silang gaanong matutuhan based on the pandemic. Kasi the PISA examination result, released siya right after the pandemic. So maybe there is a portion of the pandemic before kaya nagkaroon ng factor.
Yes, I think. And definitely, so wala naman tayong mga mag-produce na ibang mga professionals if the educational system dito sa Pilipinas ay hindi maganda. And kakataon lang na yung iba kasi hindi nila pinapractice kung ano yung educational attainment na nakuha nila. Dahil na rin siguro sa kawalan ng mapapasukan o kawalan ng employment base sa tinapos nilang mga kurso o degree sa kanilang pinag-aralan, for example.
High quality students, and there are two perspectives on that thing. Yes, I do believe that Philippines will produce high quality students in a way that students right now, or mga graduate na, they are more open, as well as they are adaptive and competitive. However, there are some that dahil na sa education system natin na no one will left behind. That's the time wherein na-abuse na yung system, wherein students can not study and then they will graduate. So in a way, talagang mayroong nagiging talagang high quality. Especially if teachers will concentrate or focus on those students. However, dahil sa dami na rin mga students with whatever, hindi nila naman open. That's why there is a bad connotation, so I'm saying high quality, because naging contradicting na siya sa gusto i-employ dahil sa mga students.
Okay, thank you. I do really believe that the Philippines is still producing a high-quality students and graduates, especially from elite universities like the UP and other big schools from the city, and even here in province. However, overall students' performance remains a serious concern. Learning gaps are pronounced as the students have a poor foundation of education. Learners are promoted but can't read and construct a simple sentence. And learners are promoted but simple mathematical equation like plus cannot add and solve. That is why student performance remains a serious concern.
When it comes to quality learners or young professionals in the future, I do believe that Philippines can give or produce high quality and performing students. As per our system, we can. But ang kulang dito is the implementation. And of course, we always say that support from the government. Wherein, that support needs to be strengthened. But the government cannot support the education system without proper feedback, monitoring, and of course, yung pagmamahal sa trabaho ng isang guro, which is very sensitive and vital. As a teacher, we need to know the needs of the learners, not just because they are here with us, and the theories from the four walls of corners ay yun na yun. Kailangan din natin makita kung ano yung pangangailangan ng bawat bata. Because the foundation, we always say that the foundation of education is at home. But we need to consider that nowadays, since contemporary na tayo, kailangan ng mga magulang magtrabaho. At pinagkakatiwala nila ang mga anak nila sa school. Therefore, as a teacher, I must say that I need to assess the needs of my learners so that I can give the best quality education that they can. Kasi magsisimula din yan sa teacher. Huwag natin lagi sabihin na sa gobyerno. But para sa akin pananaw, kahit nanggagaling ito sa akin, regardless of kung sino yung mga learners na yan, kagaya ng so, yun sa akin, to make it short, the Philippines can produce competitive and, of course, skillful learners. Kailangan natin magtulungan.
I do believe that the high quality student must possess critical thinking. Okay, they know how to think, or they know how to comprehend something, analyze something, rather than just remembering, and rather than just understanding what they have learned. Okay, they should have put it into application. Okay, and that's what matters the most naman kasi. Yung mga tinutulong namin teachers ay dapat na i-apply sa mga daily activities natin, day-to-day life activities. Such as, let's say, for example, in science, okay? There are algorithms in science, there are lectures or discussions in science where yung mapapaisip sila, saan ba namin ito may apply? And at the same time, in mathematics, okay? Saan ko ba naman may apply si trigonometry? Bibili lang naman kami, let's say, for instance, ng pagkain sa palengke. Mag-ismi spirit pa po ba kami? Something like that. So, the student must learn, na meron siyang application lahat ng the real life world application. And at the same time, I could also define a student na high quality if he or she portrays good values. Okay, because aside from imparting the knowledge, imparting something from them, dapat din alam nila na dapat din itutulong natin sa kanila kung paano maging isang mabuting.
Okay, sa mga part naman ng mga learners, they need to know how to budget their time. Lalo na ngayon na social media, binibigyan nila ng mas maraming time and effort yan. Doon na uubos yung oras nila. Therefore, para sa akin, dapat makita ko sa isang bata yung willingness niya, yung persistency and consistency niya na mag-aral. Kasi ang pag-aaral nasa puso yan. Hindi lang sa grado or hindi lang para makakuha ng mataas And of course, makita mo that she or he is willing to learn more and more. And papasok dyan, as she or he will be learning on her own or his own, kailangan siyang maging critical thinker and creative thinker also para maging realistic ito in the future. Kasi sa buhay ng isang mag-aaral, it's not enough that you are academically knowledgeable. Kailangan din yung life skill na tinatawag natin. Yun yung para sa akin.
If we're talking about the structural materials, yes, I do believe that okay siya because of their different modalities right now. But then, the problem again is that it is not practiced by the teachers. It is not, hindi siya ganun na-employ, hindi siya masyadong naipapakilala sa mga teachers. That's why medyo kulang pa yung knowledge ng mga teachers in order for them to assist the students. Bagay, guide mo naman or without an aptitude teacher should be a guide for the students. Ano sila mag-guide kung kulang kayo? So, I do believe there are. Marami talagang available. And then kulang lang yung brain force.
Not fully aligned yet. Implementation is still inconsistent. Why? It is simply because DepEd keeps on revising the curriculum every change of administration, depending on what the administration sees as gaps and lapses in the curriculum.
Aligned with the modern learners. Okay, or yes. Okay, because since the teachers nowadays are incorporating such materials or innovative materials and digital platforms when it comes to teaching. Kasi although meron pa rin mga traditional teachers na Manila paper, okay, but then majority of us nowadays teachers are using PowerPoint presentations and at the same time the ICT tools, okay, and we are already using social media platforms, something like that, or other digital tools sa pagtuturo. And so with that, mas nagiging engaged yung bata. They can be able to relate now, okay, with the present world, since what we are using then in imparting the knowledge or delivering the instruction is nakaka-relate sila through technology. Okay? So yeah.